Hello beautiful ones, and welcome back to my channel. This week I have some dating advice for you from myself as a married woman, and also now being on a leveling up journey, working towards being a more elegant, feminine, and affluent woman. With Valentine's Day coming up, I started to remember that it is actually the anniversary of the first date with my husband. Yes, back in 2008, my husband and I went on our very first date on Valentine's Day together. And obviously so much has transpired since then in our relationship, but I have to say, I really think that the dating advice that I'm going to give you applies not only to those of you who are dating, but maybe if you are still already in a relationship and working towards marriage. I want to go ahead and share the first thing that I would say as my top dating advice, and that would be to really think about what you value in a relationship. I actually did at one point sit down and make a list, even when my husband and I were dating, just so that I could check off all of the things that I realized I valued. I was so young back then, and so for those of you that are in your 20s, you may find that you haven't dated enough to realize what you do value, and that is the whole point of dating, right? So that you can learn what are the different qualities and the different values that I have as a woman, and how can I apply that to my relationships and ultimately succeed in life when I choose my life partner. I really valued loyalty, and that actually became a value after I had had some very poor dating experiences and relationships. I really wanted someone who was going to be loyal to me no matter what, and that was because I was looking for marriage. Keep in mind that if you're in that stage where you're looking for a committed relationship, you want your relationship to end up in marriage, you need to be very, not picky, but you need to really know what your priorities are and what is at the top of your list. Maybe you also value having excitement and fun in your relationship. So if you are living your day-to-day life, you know that this person is always going to bring you some kind of joy and some kind of fun to that boring day. Perhaps you value quality time in your relationship and you really want to be with someone who is going to take the time out of their day to spend it with you and to show you that you are his queen. Another piece of advice that I would give you is to think about the life that you envision and ask yourself, does the person that I'm looking to date or that I'm in a relationship with fit into that life that I envision? I think at some points as you're, especially in your 20s, and you're figuring things out and you're dating different types of people, you can kind of tell, okay, this person would fit really, really well into the standards that I have set for myself and the way that I see myself living my life. It's not always looking for the man that is the wealthiest in the room or who has the most success. Sometimes it can be looking for the potential of that success, and thankfully that is something that I saw in my husband, was a lot of talent, a lot of potential, and he checked the boxes and all the other qualities that I valued in a relationship. A third piece of advice that I would give you is to have solid priorities on personality characteristics and physical characteristics that you really want in a man. You also need to make sure that at the end of the day, if you want a really fulfilling relationship, they fit in with the personality characteristics that click with you, and also the characteristics of just physical attributes. That attraction needs to be there, in my opinion. And I know that you may have different tastes and that may not match with society, but that is up to you, and you get to decide and set the standard for the characteristics that someone has. Maybe they are funny, and maybe their personality is a more humorous personality, and you know that when you talk to them, they're maybe a little sarcastic, but that doesn't bother you, and you actually love that. You're attracted to that. You love to laugh together. Don't give that up for someone that you would want to date just because they're a bit more serious and that makes them appear more successful and therefore makes you feel like they'd be a better provider. That's not always the case. Another piece of dating advice that I would give, my fourth piece, would be to date for as long as you need in order to determine whether they are marriage material or not. And don't be pressured by what society or family or friends are saying is a normal amount of time to make your decision on whether to move on or to keep pursuing the relationship. It really is, I think, up to you and how long do you need to give this person. I'm not saying hold on to everything about the relationship if it's just not working, or if you are dating someone who does not treat you right, you absolutely need to cut them, and you should have a good sense of your value and self-worth to know when that time is right. I think that a lot of us women, we get to a point, and I was like this too, we get to a point where we want to be in a relationship so bad and we want to find the man to spend the rest of our life with so bad that we go ahead and date really quickly. And you know, those first several months that you're in a dating relationship, you tend to overlook a lot of things just based off of the points that you may be physically attracted to or the success that he may have, and you won't really start to understand, I think, some of the areas that may quite honestly be a challenge for you until you're in the relationship for a little longer. That's just my point of view on it. I do believe that some people just know they can date for 3 months and get married. But again, you have to be really understanding of your personal ability to determine whether or not this person is the right lifetime partner for you or not. The last piece of advice that I have for you today about dating is that I think it's important to understand your feminine energy and to use that in order to build up your self-worth. Understand that you are valuable, embody that high value woman that you want to be in order to attract a high value partner. I see a lot of women and younger girls especially that they are just so ready to find that relationship, and they end up making the first move, living in your femininity and using your strengths in that space and that energy will take you far. And so really go out on these dates and let the man take care of you, and don't be afraid of that. Even us married women that are dating our husbands and working on our relationships, I still think that keeping an eye on your feminine energy and working on cultivating that as much as possible will help to keep your relationship stronger in the long run versus getting you those really quick wins and getting you a foot in the door. So I would much rather you be able to be the woman that stands out in the room because of her femininity than be the woman who stands out because she's aggressive and she is going after the man that she sees attractive in the room. So be very careful with that. And dating, I think, in this day and age is something that I could do a whole other video about, but I really don't have a lot of experience with the whole digital dating scene. So if you have any comments or other advice that you would like to give, especially married ladies, because I know that I have some lovely married ladies watching these videos, leave your best tip and your best piece of dating advice in the comments down below so that we can share them with our ladies who are still working on leveling up and dating. I am so looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I want to say a special welcome to all of you who are new subscribers. I've had quite a few of you that have been commenting on some of my videos from School of Affluence, and I want to let you know that I appreciate all of your support. I hope that you find inspiration. Let me know too what you would like to see on the channel. I will be back next Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not seen one of these videos, go ahead and head there now, and I will see you later. Bye.